Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diabetic Toolbox, where we are on a mission to end type 2 diabetes one family at a time through education, support, and empowerment. If this is our first time meeting, my name is Renee. I am an emotional eating and diabetes lifestyle coach and yoga teacher, and I help folks over 40 diagnosed with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes to lower their blood sugar, lose weight, and increase mobility without starving themselves or spending hours a day in the gym. Today, we are talking about 3 powerful lessons that I have learned while helping people use walking to improve their blood sugar and reclaim their health. You know, people often look at me a little strangely when I say that walking saved my life. I understand why. We live in a world where fitness is often marketed as intense, exhausting, and complicated. We see workout programs that promise dramatic results through extreme effort. And we hear messages that tell us that if we are not sweating buckets or pushing ourselves to the limit, then somehow we are not doing enough. But my experience was very different. Back in 2017, I was diagnosed with prediabetes. I remember leaving my doctor's office with more questions than answers. I was afraid, I was overwhelmed, and I felt unsure about what I was supposed to do next. Like many folks, I turned to the internet. I spent hours searching for answers. One website said I needed to cut out certain food groups completely. Another one suggested expensive supplements. Other websites made it seem like I needed to spend hours a day exercising. One website said, download our food, we can help you. And I did, and spent months eating food, prepackaged food that I did not like. And I remember standing in my kitchen in tears, opening this box of food for the 3rd month in a row and thinking, I cannot live like this. There has to be a better way. So what I wish someone had told me was walk, eat real food, start where you are. Because that is exactly what I did. I started walking 10 minutes a day, and I've told this story before. My English bulldog, Winston, and I would go out for 5 minutes and come back for 5 minutes. Nothing impressive or dramatic, and each time I felt stronger. Probably within a week, I added a little more time. Eventually, those short walks became longer walks, and years later, I found myself competing in a half marathon. No one could have told me that on that first day of walking, when I was so overweight and in pain from the inflammation in my joints, that I would be able to walk 13.1 miles. But I did. And that journey taught me a lot. So today I want to share with you 3 lessons that I have learned from helping other folks use walking as part of their blood sugar management plan. The first lesson is that people often resist walking because it seems too simple. One of the most common things I hear is that walking can't be enough. People assume that because walking is accessible and straightforward, that it can't really be effective. But here's the thing. The exercise plan is the one that you can actually do. And walking doesn't require a gym membership. It doesn't require any special equipment. And it doesn't require you to be in tip-top shape. All it asks is that you put one foot in front of the other, either outside or on a treadmill. I've seen people spend months searching for the perfect workout plan while overlooking the activity that was available to them all along. And sometimes we make health and wellness more complicated than it needs to be. Walking may not be exciting, but it is a powerful tool for supporting blood sugar, increasing your energy and your mobility, and it also helps folks like me feel more confident in our bodies. The second lesson I've learned is that walking works even better when you pay attention to hydration and sleep. Many folks focus on food and exercise. Those things matter, of course they do, but we can't forget hydration and sleep because they deserve a seat at the table too. Think about how you feel after a poor night's sleep. You're tired, you're cranky, your cravings seem stronger, and making healthy choices feels harder. The same thing can happen when you're dehydrated. Your body may be sending signals that feel like hunger when what it really needs is water. When walking is paired with a good night's sleep and adequate hydration and nourishing foods, many folks notice that they feel better overall. Their energy improves, their cravings become easier to manage, and they begin creating a lifestyle that supports healthier blood sugar levels from multiple angles. Now, the third lesson is one of my favorites. I have heard this time and time again. Walking doesn't care how many times you start again. Life happens. Schedules get busy. Vacations come and go. People get sick. Unexpected challenges show up. And I have worked with so many folks who believe they have failed because they missed a few days or even a few weeks. The great thing about walking is that it doesn't keep score. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't ask where you've been. It simply waits for you to lace up your shoes and take the next step. Some of the most successful people that I have worked with are not the people who never missed a walk. They're the people who keep coming back. And here's something else I've learned. Walking doesn't prevent you from doing other forms of exercise. In fact, it can become the foundation for them. Walking gave me the confidence to try other activities like cycling, swimming, weight training, and yoga. It helped me build endurance and trust my body again. So don't think of walking as the finish line. Think of it as a starting point. If you're listening today and wondering where to begin, my invitation is simple. Take a walk. Maybe that's 10 minutes around your block. Maybe it's a walk after dinner or a trip to the mailbox and back. Start with what feels manageable for you. You don't need to complicate it. You don't need a perfect condition. Hopefully it's not raining where you are. And you do not need to wait until Monday. You just need a place to begin. So before we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Looking back, walking gave me so much more than lower blood sugar. It gave me confidence during a time when I felt so uncertain. It gave me hope when I was scared, and it reminded me that meaningful change often begins with simple actions repeated day after day. The habits that transform our lives are not always the flashy ones or the ones that make the social media reels. Sometimes they're as simple as putting on a comfortable pair of shoes and stepping outside for a walk. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are ready to take the next step, you can download the Diabetic Toolbox 7-Day Walking and Blood Sugar Kickstart. Inside, you'll find a simple walking plan, a blood sugar friendly meal plan with shopping lists and tools to help you get started with confidence. You can find the link in the show notes. All right, my friend, that is all I have for you today. Please share this episode with someone you love. And until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye for now.